Hi guys, happy Monday. I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. This week we are going to be practicing how to find a missing number on a number line. Today what we're focusing on is figuring out the patterns of a number line. Now normally we see patterns by our numbers, so by our twos, our fives, our tens. Today we're going to be digging a little bit deeper into seeing how else we can see a pattern. It might still be up by our twos or our fives or our tens, but we're going to see them in a different way. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Also, you're going to be hearing some different voices because I did record this lesson from my morning session. So if you hear other people talking, it is.
Let's go ahead. Let's open to our table of contents. And this one is going to be patterns on a number line. And it's still chapter 1. See y'all's faces. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's turn to the next available page, which is after our practice. Yep. So after our practice page, we're going to turn to this next page. And we're going to title this one let's do a mic check, guys. Make sure that your mic is muted, please. I remember this is a symbol for number. And this is still chapter 1. And let's start off with a number line going to the side. All right. So I am going to put some numbers on here.
Miss Medina?
Yes.
My power almost got off.
Okay, if your power goes out, just at your computer, stay on if your computer. Oh, but if your power goes out, your internet goes out. Well, I am recording it so that if your guys, if your power does go out, I'm recording this lesson. So later on, you'll be able to go in and watch the video. Okay.
The news said that there's gonna be a hurricane or something here, right?
I think there's a tropical storm.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's try to get through as much as we can. So I'm gonna start with the number 17. Does our number line have to start with a 0? Yes or no?
No.
Nope, our number line does not have to start with a 0. So I'm starting it with 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, and 33. So this is our number line.
Do you have to draw that?
Yes, we're in our notebook now. Remember what I draw in my notebook, you draw on yours.
Okay. Miss Medina,
Yes.
I am so sleepy.
Same.
Oh,
All right, let's look at our number line. So we have to try to figure out what kind of pattern this number line is on. So what Miss Medina does is if you have another, I don't know if I want you to use a crayon yet. You'll just use a pencil. I'm going to use a different color so that you guys can see it. But for now, you're just going to use a pencil. So we're trying to figure out what pattern is represented on the number line. So what we can do is, I like to call them hops. We're going to try to hop to figure out what kind of pattern this is. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to zoom in into two numbers. So I'm going to choose the number 19 and 21. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to make a smaller number line. And I'm going to start at 19 and I'm going to end it at 21. So I'm trying to figure out what this number line is counting by. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hop to see how many hops it takes me to get to my second number. So I'm going to 19. I'm going to add a hop. That's 20. Now, how much is that? How much did I hop so far right now? Anyone?
1.
Okay, I've hopped 1. Perfect. So I'm going to do a plus 1. Now, I need a hop from 20 to 21. So how many hops did I do there from 20 to 21? Oh, 1 second.
Pardon the interruption of instruction. The Google form has been sent out or emailed out, but please do not fill out the first one. Fill out the second one. The second one is the accurate form to be.
How many hops did I do from 20 to 21?
1.
I hopped 1 time there. So right here, I'm doing a plus 1. Now, how many hops in total did it take me to get from 19 to 21? How many hops in total did it take me? Anyone? Can you guys hear me? Sorry, it's because I can't see y'all's faces if your hand's been raised. Franceli, how many hops did it take me?
I think 3.
3? Okay, did anyone see anything different? Eden?
In total, it took 2.
Okay, perfect. So let's see why it took 2. Now, I know we might think 3 because there's 3 numbers, but we're not counting the numbers. We're counting the hops that it takes, okay? So from 19 to 20, we did plus 1. Then 20 to 21, we did another plus 1. So we're going to take this plus 1 and this plus 1, and we know that that equals 2. Now, remember, we count the hops. We don't count the numbers. So yes, from 19 to 21 is a plus 2. So what do we think our pattern for this number line is? My computer's going, my other one where I can't see you guys' faces. So what do we think the pattern of this number line is? Giovanni.
1s.
I don't think it's ones.
because it took us 2 hops to get from 19 to 21. Yes, let's check another one. So from 27 to 29, we can go plus 1. That's 28. And then plus another one is 20. Oops, is 29. So this pattern is by twos. All right, let's do another one. So I'm just going to draw a little line. And then I'm going to do this is my pattern.
Please pardon this interruption. Will all paraprofessionals please come to the cafeteria at this time? All paraprofessionals, please come to the cafeteria at this time. Thank you.
Alrighty, so remember to find a pattern on the number line, I want to zoom in and I want to circle 2 numbers that are by each other. So in this case, I'm going to circle 145 and 155. Now I want to zoom in on just those 2 numbers. So I'm going to draw another number line under. And I'm going to go from 145 and I'm going to end it at 155. Now let's just go ahead and we're not going to hop yet. We're just going to fill in those numbers. So I'm going to go 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152. I'm going to write this one down. 153 and 154. So it's the same thing. I just wrote the numbers lower. That way they fit. Let's do a mic check because I'm echoing. Check your mics to make sure that you're muted.
Giovanni, unmute. Turn off your mic.
Thank you. I can't see you guys because my computer's going really slow over here. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to hop. We're going to hop from 145 to 155 to see how many hops it took us to get there. So from 145 to 146, That's plus 1. Because remember, when we move to the right, we're adding. 146 to 147. That's plus 1. 147 to 148 is plus 1. 148 to 149 plus 1. 149 to 150 is plus 1. I'll give you a second to catch up. All right. 150 plus 1 is 151. 151 plus 1 is 152. 152 plus 1 is 153. 153 plus 1 is 154. And 154 plus 1 is 155. Now, in the chat, I want you to tell me how many hops did it take us to get there? Count them. Remember, don't count the numbers, count your hops. Awesome. I see them coming in. Great. So I'm seeing 10. Let me see. Let me count it just to make sure. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So from 145 to 155, it was plus 10. So what do we think the pattern is on the number line?
Tens.
Tens, perfect. Because if we did 125 to 135, that is also plus 10. So our pattern here is our tens. Now, are the numbers always going to look the same? Is this usually how we see our tens? 125, 135, 145? Is that usually how we see them?
No.
No, it's not. We usually see them 10, 20, 30. But in this case, this is still counting by tens. I added 10 every time. 125 plus 10, 135. 135 plus 10, 145. Now, if you remember last year, I showed you guys what that pattern looks like on a hundreds chart. Let me see if I can zoom in. You see that? On my hundreds chart. So let's do one more and then I'll go to your activity today. So let's do line right here. Let's do your number line.
Miss Martina, I ran out of space.
Just go to the back. So I'm going to start 306, 311, 316, 321, and 326. If you run out of space, guys, just go to the back.
I don't know if it's because it's raining, but this is going really slow.
Miss Medina? Miss Medina?
Can you guys see it?
Yeah. Miss Medina?
Okay. So remember to find a pattern, we zoom in, and then we're gonna make another number line. So I'm gonna zoom into 321 and 326. So I'm gonna draw my other number line right under it. I'm gonna start it at 321. And I'm gonna end it at 326.
Miss Medina?
Now let's go ahead, let's fill in the numbers. Yes.
I don't have that much space in my paper.
What did I say? Just go to the back. All right, so I'm going to fill these numbers in. 322, 323, 324, 325. It ends with 326. Once you got this, type a A in the chat to tell me that we are done because I can't see your guys' faces. Type an A in the chat to tell me that you're done. All right, I see them coming in. Okay, Jacob, you typed no, and that took time away from you filling in your number line. Jacob, how many times were you supposed to hit the letter A? Thank you. Alrighty, let's go ahead and let's start hopping. So we're about to turn into some bunnies. So from 321 to 322, that was one hop, so that's +1. 322 to 323, that's another +1. 323 to 324, that's another +1. 324 to 325, another +1. And 305 to 326, that's another +1. In the chat, tell me how many hops did it take us to get from 321 to 326? Type it in the chat, type it in the chat. Perfect. I see them coming in. Yes, so what we're going to do is we're going to add these plus 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the pattern on this number line is plus 5. Just like if we were to have done it over here, 306 plus 5 is 311. So the pattern on this number line is 5. Now, that's not usually how we see our 5s. We usually see 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That is still a pattern, but in this case, we did the pattern a little differently. So we did 306, 311, 316, 321, 326. It is still a pattern of 5s. It's just not how we usually see it. Now, on your assignment today, you're going to see some regular patterns, and then you're going to see some patterns